Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with LDRS, and today they sent over some products to me to try out, and I thought I'd make a card with it. So we are going to be using the Thankful Flowers Slimline stamp set, stencil set, and matching die set. We are also going to be using the Happy Me, Happy You stacked sentiment set, which is amazing, cuts out all these at one time. We're going to be using some black cardstock, we're going to be using white cardstock, and then a card base for a slimline card. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the stamp out here, and we're going to go ahead and get this stamped out in some just black ink. It doesn't matter what you use. I'm just going to use just some intense black ink here. And we're just going to go ahead and get that stamped out. We're going to make sure it has a really good impression, so we will stamp it out just a few times to make sure that the impression is good. Now, one thing I did do on this is because we're going to be doing some ink blending, I did go ahead and dry this with a heat gun just so that none of the ink would actually spread when we go to do the blending. Now, on the back of the container here, or the packaging, it shows you exactly what stencils to use and when. So I thought I would just show you that on the back of the packaging. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. There are 8 stencils here, and they are numbered 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and so on. So you know what order to go in and where to put them. Everything matches perfectly. It's so easy to do, you guys. And I think this is the first set that I've had of like stenciling with blending and with the matching coordinating die. And I have to say, if you're going to be mass producing cards, this is the way to go because you don't have to hand color everything. It's really super easy and it's pretty freaking great actually. So I'm going to look more into getting some of these items because I really enjoyed making this card, and this card came together in like 22 minutes. It was pretty simple. Basically, I'm just using colors that are a light color and a dark version of the color on this card just so that you can see the differences in the shading on the card here. I'm just using some blues, and then we'll go ahead and I think the next color we have going on is yellow. Yellow is a hard color to blend with, especially with black ink, because sometimes it tends to get the black ink to spread. But I dried it with the heat gun, so that made it a little bit easier for it not to actually spread or smear, I guess is what I should say. So this is super simple. I've just sped this up twice as fast as I was going. Of course, I did cut out some parts of this, but here we have the green. I'm going to use a light, bright green, and then I'm going to be using a darker green as well on this to go out or to go ahead and complete the card. I think the green is probably the most of the color, most of one color there is. And now we're going to go ahead and get the dark green in here, and then this will pretty much be done with the shading. I mean, literally takes minutes to do this. I was so pleased with this, and I can't wait to make a bunch of cards just using this set and just multitasking, multiple steps, just getting a bunch of cards done quickly. I'm going to go ahead and get the die taped down to the cardstock here. We're going to run it through the die cutting machine. And once it comes out, you'll see how amazing this looks. It's like super beautiful. I love it. So now that we have that done, we are going to go ahead and start working on the sentiment set here. So I'm just going to take the stamp set and place it down onto the black piece of paper. But before I do that, I'm going to be using some an embossing powder tool to make sure that there is no static on this cardstock so that the embossing powder actually sticks to the cardstock or to the ink and nowhere else on the cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and use some embossing ink here to go ahead and get this stamped out. And then once it's stamped out, I'm going to rub it really good to make sure everything's sticking. And then once it's stamped out, we're going to go ahead and cover this in embossing powder. And I was pretty lucky. Not a lot of it stuck to the black cardstock. And you guys know it can be really tricky when you do that. We're going to go ahead and heat emboss this and get that done. I'm not going to show you the whole process of that. And then we're going to cut all these out at one time. This is amazing. I love it. It has 4 little squares on the die that match up with the stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and get that tape down, and then we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. And when it comes out, there's like 10 sentiments like falling out of the die. It's pretty amazing. I actually really like this idea as well. So now that we have that completed, it's time to start putting the card together. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get some 3M foam tape. We're going to back up this flower with all of that foam tape. We're going to remove the backing of that and go ahead and place it onto the card base. And I think this card base is cut at 6 1/4 by 3 1/4, or that's the size of it. Now we're going to go ahead and put some 3M foam tape on the back of the sentiment, which says "Wishing you blue skies and sunshine." And I was originally going to make this card up and down or vertical, but then I saw like how it looked horizontal and I was like, wow, that looks really good. Now we're just going to bring out some bling and put that up onto the card, find some different areas to put that on, you know, just to give it a little touch of fancy is what we need on this. So anyway, guys, this pretty much completes the card. I'm gonna go ahead and glue down all the sequins. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure that you head over to the LDRS website and check out all the great products, but also make sure that you head over on YouTube and check them out on Instagram. They have some great stuff going on over there, and make sure you check me out over on Instagram as well. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting my channel. Please like and thumbs up and all that great stuff. I really appreciate it. And I am on my way out to Portugal. Actually, when this comes out, I'll be coming back that day. So you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.